So today I'm here to talk about the Anbernic RG35XX. That's a mouthful. I've had this for a few weeks now, and I want to kind of talk about it and tell you my thoughts and go over whether it's actually worth buying or not, and how, compared to some of its competitors, and talk you through exactly what you get for the money. The Anbernic RG35XX is an emulator that looks like a Game Boy. It comes in three different colors. I purchased the kind of traditional gray one that actually looks like the Game Boy, but there's a couple of transparent ones for those people who out there who love the Game Boy Color and like to see inside this thing. So it comes with all your standard buttons: ABXY, select, start, D-pad, menu button, and screen here. On the back, you get four buttons, four shoulder buttons: R1, R2, L1, L2. On the top is an HDMI out. It says HD on here. So it's an HDMI mini, which you then put in and plug into a normal HDMI in the back of your television, and you blow the games up on there. Play it with this. This version does not have Bluetooth like the RG35XX Plus does. These names will kill me. On the side, power button, reset button. It has two micro SD card slots. Now it comes with one micro SD card, which we'll get onto later. I'll explain everything it comes with, which has all the games on, and then it comes with a empty slot, so you can essentially put your own micro SD card on here if you want games, and just to add more to this one. Then on the other side you have volume, and then on the bottom you've got DC, which is the USB-C, how you charge this device. And also it has a 3.5mm headphone out, which is great because it also, again, does not have Bluetooth for wireless headphones, but this is good enough. With USB-C charging, charges in, I don't know, an hour or so, and you get about 3 to 4 hours of playtime before the charge runs out, which, it's not amazing, but it's fine, it's fine, depending on what you're playing. It also has a speaker here, which is actually very, very good. I'm very surprised by the speaker. Crank it up to 10, and it's great. The positioning, though, right here is not so great, because when you're playing like this, you can cover the speaker, then it becomes weird. But I think you have to look at what this device is in context, right? So the RG35XX comes with all kinds of classic games, from AIM arcade games, Neo Geo. It comes Genesis. It comes with SNES, NES, all of the classics, basically up into the PS1. It has some PS1 games. It has a handful, 10 or 15 PS1 games, which it plays Dino Crisis 2 on here, which is really good, actually. It looks good. And it plays them without a hitch, emulates it all. The operating system it comes with is a kind of bespoke own brand one, which is actually pretty nice, but it does come pre-installed with Garlic OS as well. So all you need to do is go into the menu, hit settings, go down, select Garlic OS, and then it'll, you can set it to load Garlic OS straight away. So in the box, when you first get it, it just comes in a small plain sort of white box with the model number on it and a kind of like outline of the device. And then you take that off, and it's actually nicely packaged inside. And what I didn't expect was it comes with a USB-C cable to charge, which is nice. That sounds like a given, but in today's world, who knows? But the nice part is I didn't expect it to come with a screen protector. It actually has. I've put the screen protector on it. This one I purchased for about £12 on TikTok Shop, which is amazing. You should, if you're thinking about getting this, check TikTok. If you haven't used TikTok Shop, go to TikTok Shop, search for Anbernic Direct. It comes direct from the factory in China. They sent this from China to the UK for £12. No postage, completely free postage, no customs. It was £12. But even we're going to talk about it as if it's your traditional $50-$60 product. In short, I think this is well worth it. The answer to that is slightly longer, based on who you are. right? So for me, I got this because I have a Switch, I have all the consoles. I was just interested in having something take away with me on a recent vacation. So I packed up all my consoles. I packed up my Steam Deck. I packed up Nintendo Switch, and I packed up the 35XX. And I went away for like a week. And in that time, this is the only one I played. And I genuinely think that in a lot of ways, this is better than the Nintendo Switch. Let me explain. On my recent vacation, it was a lot of outside activity. I was tired at the end of the day. And there's things on the Switch and Steam Deck I actually want to play. I just downloaded the new Like a Dragon game on my Steam Deck. I thought, yeah, I'll get into that and everything. But this is just so much easier to pick up and use. You just, it has that classic Game Boy feel, like, where you pick it up and you shove it in your pocket, you just turn it on, you start playing those retro classic games are designed to jump in and out. I did not feel like pulling my Steam Deck out, pulling my Switch out, getting stuck into games with loads of cutscenes. And I actually just used this the whole time. I just used this, and it was great. I've had no issues. The buttons work great. I mean, the build quality as well. You would think for like a cheap Chinese, product, it might not be great, but this, I mean, it feels like a Game Boy. It is very good. So it comes with Game Boy. It comes with Game Boy Color games. It comes with everything, all the Pokemon, Mario games, everything under the sun. Shinobi for the Game Gear, and there's pages and pages. I would say there's close to 1,000 games on here. There's hundreds and hundreds of games for sure, and I think there's like 37 pages of SNES games. Roughly the same, like 30 pages of Mega Drive, and basically there's most of the classic games. Like I said, there's not that many PS1 games, but they are on here, so maybe load on some more of your other PS1 games and see how it runs. I mean, it runs great. If you are serious into emulation, you might want something a little bit more powerful, or it does not have analogs. Me, because I got it so cheap, yeah. And also, I like the form factor. I want to just put this in a pocket. I want to just play with the D-pad. All the classic games you play with the D-pad up until like even the PS1 games were designed for D-pad, so you're fine there. Um, it even has vibration. It has rumble. So I just think that really good product to buy. I'm not, I'm not paid in any way to say that by Anbernic, or I bought this with my own money. So I'm just giving you my honest thoughts and opinions on the device, how it comes, what you can get out of it. And I think, yes, we'll take. I got it very cheap, but I'll take that out of consideration, right? And we'll say $50, $60. I think it's really worth it. I actually think it's worth it. If if you're an adult with things to do and you have to run errands and you're always in and out of your car, or you're waiting for people, you're waiting for kids, at school, something like this is what you want, not the Switch. Like the Switch is novel, but it's not as easy as this thing. Like this thing, you just hit that button, it turns on, you play, you select your game, you play your game. They're all on this. You turn it off when it happens, and you have to put it down and drive the car, or whatever you want to do. You want to sit on a bench, right? You want to take this big old Switch, like you want it. This is a true portable device. So, I mean, I can highly recommend it. Like, yes, it doesn't have Dreamcast, PS2, PS3, all of that stuff, but it's good for what it's designed for, right? So if you're looking at this with that in mind and thinking, this is something I might enjoy for those reasons that I've just mentioned, and you're fine with it not being this do everything, it has to be the ultimate device. Like this runs everything great. You can select scan lines, you can select like different emulator styles, so you can have pixel perfect or not, or all of that stuff in the settings menu. It has save states, so you can, for every single game, you can just like hit save state, whatever, leave, come back, and be like, oh yeah, I was playing that. And I've just had a great time rediscovering some games on this. Like even has some weird PC only games like World War II GI. Like I played that like 25 years ago at this point, and I was like, oh, I forgot about that game. Yeah, it doesn't play very well on a D-pad. PC game, but it let me play it, right? And that's the thing. Just checking it out. But the core titles, the Game Boys, the Genesis, the NES, and all of that, they all run great. As I said, some consoles it will come with more than others. You know, so you might get it and find that there's some consoles like the NES or that doesn't have as many games as you want, but it's other little slots for where you can just slot ever SD card with all your ROMs on it and go ahead, you know, and play them. It's great. I mean, a lot of people I've seen recommend swapping over to Garlic OS. OS is fine. Like as long as you're not nitpicky about all of this stuff, you know, if you want to be nitpicky, that's fine. Maybe this isn't the device for you. Maybe you should spend a bit more money. But for people who just want to play some emulated games on like bespoke hardware like this, like yes, you can emulate them on your PC, but you know, I want to take them and play in bed. Like this is actually light enough to hold above your head in bed, like the Switch, which will kill you. Let me know if you have an Anbernic 35 RG35XX. Let me know if you're thinking about one. You know, ask questions in the comments and I'll answer the best of my ability. You know, hopefully I've showed you everything. But yeah, it's a really good device. I would recommend it. Recommend picking one up. It's good. All right. Thanks. See you later.